Hi guys, welcome back to part 3. Sorry for the delay. I've had a really bad cold and that's wiped me out for about a week. And I've also been waiting for some new panels and parts and tools, etc. to come through. So thanks for coming back. Let's crack on with the next video. So the MX5 doors are 22 inches high. And the minor doors are 27 inches high, so that's a difference of 5 inches. The red stripe is at 22 inches, so that's where the original MX5 doors would have been. Here you can see the seats are at least 6 inches taller. It's going to be raised 5 inches to meet the roof. The seat's quite low in the MX5, so I'm going to raise it up 4 or 5 inches, so it'll be roughly the same height as what the Morris Minor would be. I'm going to use some 4-inch wooden blocks, just temporary, just to see how everything all aligns. With the seat raised 4 inches, it's now level with the original rollover bar height. Here you can see it looks normal. Here's point of view in the lowered normal position. Here's point of view with the raised seat. I think this is definitely the direction I'm going to go with. The steering column is a collapsible type. There is a join there, as you can see by the red arrow. I'm going to play around with that to get the ideal column length later on in the build. Got some new tools. This is a Chinesium built bead roller. I've had it for over a year and not even got it out of the box. This is a metal shrinker and stretcher. Again, not used yet. And a metal shear. This is going to be much easier than using tin snips. And you might have already seen this in the other videos. This is my jig for rotating the car chassis. I've been having some issues with my electric hammer. It stopped working. I've checked the fuse and that's fine, but doesn't seem to be doing anything. If any of you guys have got the same model and you've had problems with it, let me know in the comments below.
Oh, no.
I've mounted the shear to a tool chest. I did give it a quick test with some thin sheet metal and it seems to work okay. For the front chassis, I'm going to use a bit of box section, drop it down to where the original mounting hole is for the bumper. This would be a good location to mount the jig so I can spin the body shell around on the jig. Trial fitting some of the new panels. They're not looking very good at the moment. The fitment is quite bad. I almost look like there's a bit missing from this. Doesn't fit too good at all. The panels here to mount the rear wings, again, awful fitment. So I'm not really sure whether I'm going to be using these or not. This panel's a little better, but still not a great fit. Moving on to the sills or rockers, you guys call it over the pond. I've got the inner sill. The minor has a slight curve in the door frame and the MX5 is straight, so it's going to have a bit of work to make the two fit together. The boxing panel's straight and the other panels have got a curve, and these don't seem to fit together too good. I've also got the lower sill floor panel, the sill cover, the outer trim and the lower quarter panel. The boxing panel, I'm not sure whether this is right, whether it should be straight or whether it should be curved. So if any of you guys know if this is right or wrong, leave it down in the comments. I don't have much of the original panels and they were all rusted out, so I can't really compare. Here you can see the remnant of the old boxing panel. On the A-pillar, the hinge plates are normally boxed in. I'm not going to do that. I want access to them. I'm going to make a bigger panel and follow the shape of the A-pillar. And this chassis section I'm going to tie in to the A-pillar. Here's the ladies' side. You can see a little bit which is left of the original panel which covered those hinge plates. AntiRoll bar. I'm still looking into options on this to see whether it may be viable to move it. I think lowering it down and moving it further back may be the way forward on this project to give me more space for intercooler or charge cooler radiator and fans. It looks like it's feasible. The drop links look like they could be shortened and the brackets moved back, and the front mounting brackets look like they could easily be lowered and moved back as well. I also have a manual steering rack, which is a bonus. Back to some tuning goodies. I've got some max Peden rods. The weakest link on these Mazda engines when you're turbocharging them are the com rods. They often fail, they just bend, so I want to eliminate that. I've also upgraded the fuel pump and the fuel injectors. I also brought a charge cooler from a Jaguar XJR. They use two on the V8 engine and I've just brought one just to have a play around to see whether there may be an option to build this into the inlet manifold on the MX5 engine. Another 10mm socket. You guys keep losing them, I keep finding them. I do have a TIG welder, which I've not used yet, so that's going to be fun to play around with as well. The charge cooler was quite cheap. I think I paid about £35 for it, including shipping on eBay, so no great loss if I can't use it. The rear chassis, similar sort of affair as the front. I'm going to use some box section, drop it down and align it with the original mounting hole for the bumper. Here's a picture of the Nick Mann Morris Minor. I'm going to do similar rear arches on my project. I'm probably going to mount my arches on where I've got the masking tape a little bit higher than normal. And this is just all rough really, just to give me a rough idea where the arch is going to go. I'm also going to obviously put a lot of structure back into that area, probably with box section. It's going to be easier to get access to now that I'm changing the arch shape. Well, that's it for this one, guys. Thank you for coming back. Please leave a comment and subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you.